The world of professional wrestling, a realm of larger-than-life characters and thrilling spectacles, has also been marked by a somber reality: the untimely passing of its stars. These athletes, who dedicated their lives to entertain millions, faced unique challenges both inside and outside the squared circle. Their stories are a testament to the physical and emotional toll of the industry, and a reminder that even the most charismatic performers are vulnerable to the fragility of life. So stay tuned and do not forget to subscribe to Sports Hooked.
A man once told me, the next time you see me,
End of the day, supposed to look. My belly's just a little big, my hand is just a little big, but
hanging by a pulley on some exercise equipment in his home gym. And they also found Bibles placed
At number 10, Roddy Piper. Roddy Piper is a first name in this list, known for his Scottish persona, fiery temper, and charismatic personality, winning many championships with the likes of multiple Intercontinental Championship reigns and hosting a popular interview segment called Piper's Pitch.
Personally, I went out and got you guys a Christmas gift.
His last appearance in WWE was at the backstage of WrestleMania 31 Arena, where he was seen celebrating Daniel Bryan's championship triumph with other legends of the past. Roddy Piper died suddenly in his sleep on July 31, 2015, due to heart attack. The news of his passing came just before a wrestling event in Charlotte, North Carolina, where he was honored with a 10-bell salute along with another wrestler featuring the list that is at number 9, Dusty Rhodes. The American Dream. Dusty Rhodes was a very successful professional wrestler who won many championships throughout his career, known for his charismatic personality and his common man image, which was different from the typical wrestler's physique and worked for many different wrestling organizations, including WWE, WCW, and NWA. After his retirement, he continued to work in the wrestling industry as a senior producer and backstage booker. By this, he inspired a generation of young pro wrestlers, including his sons Cody and Dustin Rhodes, better known as Goldust. His last WWE appearance was on the February 16, 2015, episode of Raw, in an effort to reunite his sons, who were engaged in a conflict after their match at Fastlane. Unfortunately, on June 11, 2015, Dusty Rhodes died after suffering from kidney failure. After that unfortunate incident, NXT introduced the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, a tag team tournament in his honor. At number 8, Eddie Guerrero. Eduardo Gory Guerrero Lanez, better known as Eddie Guerrero, was synonymous for his Latino Heat gimmick, which portrayed him as a crafty and resourceful wrestler who would do anything to win. He was a popular wrestler both inside and outside the ring, and was at the peak of his career in the early 2000s, as he was one of the few pro wrestlers to accomplish Grand Slam as well as Triple Crown. Despite his success, he struggled with substance abuse problems, which were sometimes incorporated into his storylines, with the likes of feud with Brock Lesnar prior to 2004 No Mercy pay-per-view event, where the latter would eventually win the undisputed WWE Championship.
yeah, bro, I am addicted. I'm addicted to the high that I get from them.
Guerrero wrestled in his last match on the November 11th episode of SmackDown, defeating Mr. Kennedy by disqualification. Unfortunately, on November 13, 2005, he was found dead at the age of 38 due to heart attack in his hotel room in Minneapolis. Following his tragic death, WWE Wellness Program was brought to the limelight. At number 7, Umaga. Edward Smith Fatu was another prominent pro wrestler recognized by many as Umaga during his time with WWE. Hailing from the esteemed Anoa'i family, Fatu initially gained recognition in WWE as Jamal, forming the tag team 3 Minute Warning with his cousin Rosie. Following his release from WWE in June 2003, Fatu made a significant return to WWE in 2006, adopting the intimidating gimmick under the ring name of Umaga, where he went on to capture the WWE Intercontinental Championship twice and even participated in the high-profile Battle of the Billionaires match at WrestleMania 23 as Mr. McMahon's representative. His final appearance in WWE was in a strap match against CM Punk in 2009 edition of Extreme Rules. On December 4, 2009, a tragic discovery was made by Fatu's wife at their residence, where she found him dead unresponsive on the couch with blood emanating from his nose, which was reported to be triggered by an acute toxicity from multiple substances such as carisoprodol and diazepam in his system. Furthermore, his nephew, Joseph Fatu, better known as Solo Sikoa, honors his memory by utilizing the Samoan Spike as his finishing move in professional wrestling. At number 6, Pat Patterson. Pierre Claremont, aka Pat Patterson, was a Canadian-American professional wrestler and producer who had a long career with WWE. He was better known for being the first Intercontinental Champion and for creating the Royal Rumble match, thereby being inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame in 1996. As a result, he was described by sports journalist Dave Meltzer as Vince McMahon's right-hand man and one of the chief architects of the WWE, playing an integral role in helping it become a global phenomenon. His last WWE appearance was during backstage segment of June 2019 episode of Raw, where he would become the oldest person to win a title in WWE history after winning the 24/7 championship at age 78. Sadly, during COVID-19 pandemic, Patterson died of liver failure caused by a blood clot at number 5, Owen Hart. Another well-known name synonymous in several promotions, including Stampede Wrestling, NJPW, WCW, and WWF. Owen was a member of the legendary Hart wrestling family and was also known for his ring name, the Blue Blazer. He won many championships throughout his career, including the WWF Intercontinental and the European Championship and the 1994 edition King of the Ring. Hart was considered one of the best in-ring performers in WWF and headlined many pay-per-view events for the company and has historic feud and rivalries with the likes of Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and his older brother Bret. Owen Hart tragically died on May 23, 1999, during his entrance from the rafters of Kemper Arena in Kansas City, Missouri. The equipment that was lowering him to the ring malfunctioned, and he fell to his death in front of a live audience during WWF's Over the Edge event. This remarked one of the darkest moments in WWE history. At number 4, Rick Rude. Richard Irwin Roode, better known as Ravishing Rick Rude, was an infamous figure who performed for WCW, WWF, and ECW. With his womanizer persona, he had won the WWF Intercontinental and the WCW World Heavyweight Championship.
Show the ladies what a real sexy man looks like.
He then subsequently retired from pro wrestling in 1994 due to injury, but made a brief return in 1997 as the insurance policy that would be known as Degeneration X. His last WWE appearance was during 1997 Raw is War segment as a former DX member following infamous Montreal Screwjob. Also, he would simultaneously appear in WCW's Monday Nitro same night to criticize Vince McMahon, Shawn Michaels, DX, and the WWF in a promo, calling the company Titanic. Roode was found unconscious by his wife and died on the morning of April 20, 1999, at the age of 40 when he suffered from heart failure. An autopsy report showed he died from an overdose of gamma-hydroxybutyrate, a narcolepsy prevention drug, had contributed to his death. At number 3, Gorilla Monsoon. Robert James Morella, better known as Gorilla Monsoon, was a famous villainous super heavyweight main eventer and later became the voice of WWF as a commentator and also portrayed the on-screen role of WWF president from 1995 to 1997. His final occasion on television with WWE would be as a guest commentator on the August 29, 1999 version of Superstars. Unfortunately, Robert Morella died on October 6, 1999, of heart failure brought on by complications of diabetes, at his home in Willingboro Township, New Jersey. In his honor, the staging area behind the entrance curtain is named the Gorilla Position in his honor. At number 2, Chris Benoit. A highly successful Canadian professional wrestler, Benoit gained significant success in various promotions, including WWE, WCW, ECW, NJPW, and Stampede Wrestling. Benoit was known for his technical wrestling abilities and his intense in-ring style, having held numerous championships, including the WCW and the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. He was also the 2004 Royal Rumble winner and headlined multiple pay-per-view events for WWE and one of few pro wrestlers to complete Grand Slam and Triple Crown in multiple promotions. Not only that, prominent combat sports journalist Dave Meltzer and fellow pro wrestler Undertaker considers Benoit one of the top 10, maybe even in the top 5, all-time greats in professional wrestling history. On the June 19th episode of ECW, Benoit wrestled his final match, defeating Elijah Burke in a match to determine who would compete for the vacated ECW World Championship. Unfortunately, Benoit's career was marred by a tragic incident. On June 22, 2007, he murdered his wife and 7-year-old son before committing suicide. These circumstances surrounding were shocking and led to a widespread investigation into the potential causes of his actions, including the effects of concussions and steroid use, which brought the WWE wellness policy to the limelight. Finally, at number 1, Bray Wyatt. The most notable one, Bray Wyatt, was a third-generation wrestler, following in the footsteps of his family members where he would wrestled under various ring names in WWE's developmental territories, but gained most fame as the leader of the Wyatt family. He held several championships in WWE, including the WWE World Heavyweight and Universal Championship. He was also synonymous for split personality gimmick, which saw him switch between the two characters of a Mr. Roger-esque children's TV host named Firefly Funhouse and a grotesque monster resembling an evil clown called the Fiend. On August 23, 2023, Wyndham died in his sleep at the age of 36 due to heart attack. He had been dealing with an undisclosed illness, which was later revealed to be due to a COVID-19 infection that exacerbated a pre-existing heart condition. This news shocked everyone due to the fact that WWE creative team had major plans about his push in the future. That's it, folks. If you like this video, then do not forget to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel and tag that name of pro wrestler which you miss the most.